I don't believe in coincidence. Listen, if this video found you, it's because you're part of a small group of people who were never meant to fit in. See, you're on the chosen path. What's good, fam? You know who I am, Wealthy Westbrooks, man. Listen, I'm gonna explain to you why your life feels different, why you feel different than the people around you, why you feel like a different calling towards life. You know what I'm saying? Why you feel like you might not fit in. Maybe you don't want to work a regular job or a 9 to 5, right? Maybe you're kind of going through life on the day to day and you're just like, man, what everybody else is doing is just not what I want to do. Everyone else is just doing the same thing and you just have zero interest, right? You might even be misunderstood by your family, like your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, people in your life. They just don't understand you. They think you're weird, right? They think your ideas and the things you talk about, your dreams are just like unbelievable, right? They don't connect on certain topics with you. Maybe you feel like a calling to be like more than you currently are. Like you have this desire to just go out and conquer and just achieve so much in life, right? Like, you know, you have potential, you know, you have a gift, you know, you have a talent, you know that you have a purpose, a calling, right? This video is for you. You're at the right place at the right time. See, you're just like me, I'm just like you, right? Like, you're awakened spiritually, but you also want the money, right? You want the nicer things, you want the finer things in life. And there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people who are spiritual, right, like us, are just like this. And people have this false idea that, oh, well, if you're going to get rich and become successful and, you know, you want to be able to provide and have the better things of life, they think that that comes with some type of sacrifice in a sense where it's evil. There's nothing wrong with that. We're born rich. You're born abundant. You can have it all. But at the same time, be spiritual. You can understand the laws of the universe, but still get your bag. You can understand metaphysics and quantum physics and still be rich and have a lot of money in your bank account and be financially free. There's not an either or, it's a both, it's an and. Okay, so stay tuned to, you know, see how this is going to work out and plan out and pan out for you, because I want you to understand, like, you're not alone. And so you're just a chosen one, and chosen ones, we don't quit. Okay, so you're not going to quit. You know, you're really not a quitter, at least when it comes to yourself. Like, you don't quit on yourself. You might like quit on jobs and things that you know aren't for your soul, but you don't quit on yourself, right? That's something that's about yourself, that you know about yourself. I know that about you because we're the same. So the thing about it is, like, most people do quit because their environments and the people that they listen to, they're influenced by that type of stuff. Like, you know, the people, they'll be like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, or why do you want to do this, why do you do that, you should just stop, you should just, you know. And so people give up on themselves because of external noise oftentimes. But see, chosen ones, we don't quit. We just essentially we become isolated, sometimes voluntarily, right? We get isolated, but we wake up, right? We don't quit, we wake up. And we wake up alone oftentimes because the people that we're around and the environments, you know, they're not congruent. It's not in alignment with our wake up, right? With our ascension, with our growth, with our development ultimately. So that's what happens. And so that's what's happening to you, okay? And so before you expand, before you become bigger, before you become better, before you can like really reach like your highest heights, it's kind of like a slingshot. Like you're being, you know, you're being pulled back because you're gonna catapult, right? You're being wound up just to kind of go like, you know, like a spinning toy. And so chosen ones are oftentimes isolated before our expansion. We're oftentimes forced to be alone before we can really take off to the next level and level up. So you're probably like wondering, why am I alone? Like, why, why are my friends and my family members like stop? Like, why? Like, what's going on? Like, do people like me? Like, what relationships are iffy? Conversations are just not that deep and meaningful. Maybe um, you might be losing people. People might just stop like talking to you for apparently no reason. You're like, why is this person talking? Like, well, I thought we were friends. I thought you liked me. I thought like stuff like this happens because at the end of the day, they're just not actually in alignment with who you're becoming. And you'll realize that as you become more and more true to you and tap into your true authentic version and the version of you who you're essentially meant to be. And so you're going to be losing people because not everybody can go where you're going. You can't take everybody along with you on this journey that you're on the chosen path as a chosen one. Some people are just not made for it. They're not built for it. They don't see it. They can't come with you. Okay? And so, like, if you're confused about this, maybe you're confused. Maybe you're like, you're like, damn, I don't know why. Like, I can't figure this out. Like, why am I dealing with so much stress? Why am I dealing with so many problems? Why am I dealing with so much like adversity? Like, why me, right? Why me? Like, why is my life not easy? Why does this have to happen to me? Why can't I get this? Why can't I get that? Like, why am I right struggling? Why is right all these things that you think are happening to you, all these perceivable problems, all the doubts, all the insecurities, all the challenges, all the pain, all of the misery, all of the isolation, and just all of the darkness that you're experiencing. You might be wondering, like, why? Like, why? I need clarity. I need peace. I need serenity. I need stillness. I want like happiness and joy and bliss. Like, right? Understand, chosen one. You're on your way there. You're getting there. You're this close because really, there's no difference between those two feelings. It's just the meaning of the vibration that we ascribe to it. The meaning of the vibration. Instead of being afraid, you can say, "Hey, I'm excited," right? Instead of, "Hey, I'm not nervous. I am excited." Right? So it's how we perceive. And so you're on that path of realization as you wake up. You're realizing what you're really feeling. You're realizing who your true powers. You're realizing what you really want and what you're really capable of. And so that's all. That's all that's happening. Nope. So don't quit. I'm about to hit this water. Don't quit on yourself because your breakthrough is coming. Most people quit right before their breakthrough, but chosen ones don't. Right? This is your moment right now. Comment right now. This is my moment. This is my breakthrough. I want you to also comment below, like, what are you breaking through with right now? Like, what is it that you're currently overcoming? Confidence, socialization skills, being lazy, starting, just starting, getting started, right? Procrastination. Is it feeling like doubt, shame, guilt? Is it negative spirals? Is it negative loops of just internal dialogue? Are there patterns? Like, what is going on in your life? What are you about to stop doing? What are you about to break through? Is it going to be the next version of you? Are you going to make that investment? Are you going to take that risk? Right? Like, what I want you to comment below. I know for me, there have been a lot of moments in my journey. There have been a lot of times, a lot of formative times, right? A lot of just moments that were very, like, significant, right? For example, on my journey in my early 20s, moving from my home city, moving from a small city, from away from everybody I knew, right? All my friends, all my family, everything I ever just was used to and comfortable with, just was willing to let all that go and sacrifice it to move to Florida, new city, new country. I mean, not new country, new state, right? New county. But, I'm surrounded by a new company. I'm literally working for new companies, right? I'm surrounded by all new and just stimulus, right? That was a breakthrough moment for me. And then moving from Florida to California, right? Another part of my journey that was so monumental. Like, had I not made those moves, I wouldn't be who I am today because I let go of everything I knew, everything I was used to, everybody that I was familiar with, right? And to get to the next level, to expand my horizon. Sometimes I had to take an L to do that, though. Sometimes I had to, spend the money, right? I had to pay for the deposit, had to pay for the gas, had to buy the ticket, had to pay for the groceries, had to pay for the food, had to pay for the truck, had to do things, right? Like, but that's what it comes with. And it wasn't always a rock, like a smooth, it wasn't always a smooth sail, dude. Baby girl, honey, twin, like swimming with sharks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you learn a lot, like going, because you got to get out of your comfort zone. Swimming with the sharks, you become one. You know, like I was a small. The phrase is like when I was in my city, I was like like a big fish in a small pond. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew like everywhere about my city, like all the people, all the venues, like I knew everything about it, like the ins and outs. So when you become that, like, just big in your own city, for example, and then you start to go somewhere else, all of a sudden now you are what? The small fish in a big pond, right? Going to places like Miami, going to places like Los Angeles, then going outside the United States of America, going to Europe, another one, right? Going to Spain, going to Italy, right? Going to France, right? Going to Asia. You know what I'm saying? Like, as you do these things, you have breakthrough moments. You see the world differently. You see yourself differently. And so I want that for you as well. Depending on where you're at in your journey, comment below. Let me know where you're at in your journey. You know, are you just getting started? I mean, are you kind of like in a phase of like, you're building this momentum? Are you completely lost? You don't know what to do, where to go, how to start? Are you like killing it and crushing it? And you just, you know, like, where are you at? I would love to know. But the chances are that you're on the chosen path. The chosen path is what we call it, right? That's what I call it. It's the chosen path where you're becoming aware, right? So you feel different. You feel this uniqueness to yourself. You feel this connection to source energy. You feel this power that you have. You feel this divinity. You feel life differently. You see life differently, deeper, more colorful, more saturated. Like, it has more depth. It has more just richness, right? You see life like that, right? You see yourself like that. You see the moment like that. You see words like that. You see sounds like that. Everything about life, you know, you just see on a higher level, right? So your awareness is shifting. On the chosen path, that's how you'll know. Okay, a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people are just walking through life, just sleepwalking. Zombies, NPCs, bots. So if you're somebody who's like waking up and you're like, damn, I tapped in for real, and you're starting to catch up on these things, and you see the divine synchronicities, and you see the signs, and you pick up on shit, and like, you know, you start to get like deja vu, and you start to predict things, and you know if you know, you know, right? You just like kind of like tapped into this antenna, like you just like flow state, like if you know, then yeah, you're on the right path. You're on the chosen path. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then we'll see. You know, maybe this is the first time it's kind of like hitting you like an epiphany. But yeah, another part again is the separation. So if you're like just like me, for example, dude, I'm fucking, hey, honey, listen, look it. You see me, I'm out here by myself. And it's not because I'm lonely or I'm like, none of that. Hold on, let me put the jets back on 1 second. Right? But it just so happens that every time I come out here, there's nobody here. It's just me, private. I got this whole giant jacuzzi. This jacuzzi is like the size of like, it's just the biggest jacuzzi. It's just like literally got like down there 20 feet. But anyways, the whole point of this is like, this is part of my journey. I remember visualizing shit like this. I remember being in a just a small apartment, small house, small bedroom, small attic, trap house in the city. Just I remember like visualizing, man, there were times, bro, like I didn't even have palm trees. You know what I'm saying? Just a palm tree. Fucking, yet alone a jacuzzi, yet alone a you know, pool. Like, these are things that I used to want, and I have access to it. And I take nothing for granted, because I remember how I visualized it, I manifested it, right? But I had to get separate. I had to separate myself from my environment. I had to separate myself from people. And so the same thing is gonna happen for you. If you want to get to your next level, understand you got to leave where you're at. You're you're gonna like you gotta kind of like pivot. You feel what I'm saying? But just know that change is good as long as it's in the right direction. And it takes a lot of discipline. Like to get to this level, it takes a lot of discipline. This shit is not easy necessarily. I make it look easy, but I show up every day. Like last week, you wouldn't even know, but I was damn near like, man, I was just damn near like I couldn't talk. How do I put this? I was I was damn near about to just take a day off. I guess I could say because like I had this sinus shit going. Like you can hear it in some of my videos if you go watch some of my videos. Like I was losing my voice. I was like struggling for my voice. Like it was bad. Like I was drinking tea every day, coughing up loogies. Like yeah, baby, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I had to show up, you know, because I knew that you need me. I know that you need me. The people need me. And if I miss, it's like damn, like that's not good. I feel guilty and shame when I don't show up. When I don't do what I know I'm supposed to do. So you know me. You know me, Henry Aaron Westbrook, Wealthy Westbrook. I'm gonna show up regardless of how I feel. So I showed up every day, put up all the videos I could. Voice was raspy as fuck. Couldn't even talk. I was coughing, squeaking and squealing and shit, like blowing my nose, drinking tea, eating cough drops. I'm not gonna lie, it's still like 2 weeks deep and I'm still kind of like recovering. But again, the whole point is the discipline. So like you rebuild these habits, right? As you are on the chosen path, you become aware of what you need to do and who you need to be around and who you don't. And as you do it, you start to get disciplined on like the habits and what needs to get done. You just start to do these things inevitably because you're so convicted and sold and you have such certainty on who you are and where you're going that you just start to just become, right? You just start to become by doing. That's the only way to become the version of you who you want to be. It's just by doing. See, and I want you to write this down. Comment below if this hits you. And I want you to pay attention to this. Conscious congruence creates clarity. Meaning, when you know what you're doing and you're consciously congruent, you're clear. There's no more confusion, right? Because how you think is congruent, meaning it's in alignment, like it matches up with like the things you do. Therefore, there's no confusion on like what you need to do or what you're doing or who you are, who you're becoming. Why? Because everything is consciously congruent. The problem with a lot of people is that they think about a lot of things all day, but then they don't do the things that are aligned with their thoughts. So there's confusion, and that confusion is simply because the incongruence, right? There's a disconnect. There's a gap there. So that's where I come in. That's where I help you. I help you through closing the gap, the identity gap, right? I help you develop internal aspects about yourself so that you can become who you need to be. Because it's not so much what you need to do. It's about who you need to become to attract the person, the business, the money, the opportunity, the relationship, the life. Whatever your desired reality is, it all starts with your internal state. It starts with who you are more than what you do and like what you have to do. I tell a lot of my clients that a lot of the times it's about what you don't do, what you need to stop doing, what you need to remove, right? So, yeah. On your journey on the chosen path, you're going to realize like you're going to start to learn new skills. You're going to get a lot more skills. You're going to start learning how to communicate, just all type of new skills. Because as you start to become better, more aware, you have more time by yourself, you know, you have more discipline, you start to realize, okay, I need to get this done. I need to do this. I need to learn this. I need to learn that, because it's like essential to your growth. It's critical. Like if you don't, if you don't, you won't. You know what I'm saying? So you start to pick up new skills. You learn how to leverage, you know, what you're already good at, right? You start tapping into shit that you've already been born and blessed with naturally. And you start giving that to the world. You start supplying that to people. You start sharing that and helping people with your skills, right? You start to remember what you're good at and start to hone in on it. You start to hit the gym, start practicing more. You know what I'm saying? You start to get a little better at the stuff that you've been good at, right? And then you start to build and scale on that. And then that's how the domino effect happens, right? That's how the momentum really starts to build. And every day you start to look forward to it, right? Now, and you just get up in the morning, you're just like, yes, right? Like you're filling your day with just activity that's congruent to your character that you're becoming. And so there's no confusion and you're clear on where you're at, right? And the best thing about it all, and I mean, the truth of it is, we all just want to be free. You're doing all this because you want to be free, right? So you, again, going back to the beginning of the video, it's like, yes, you want money. Why? Because it provides you with freedom, right? You don't have to wake up and get told what to do, where to go, when you can leave. Can I go here? Can I go this? You got to ask for permission to go to the bathroom. You got to ask for permission to go on vacation. You got to ask for permission to be sick. You got to ask for you got to ask for permission to see your family. Like it's diabolical. It's absolutely crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like you missing out on vital moments in your life because someone has got time, like your time, like on a contract, right? So you want freedom. You want the, and this is the most simple way to put it. You want to be able to do what you want, when you want, with whoever you want, for whatever reason, for as long as you want. That's freedom. That's it, right? And so you want that. You strive for that, and everything that you do is aligned and ultimately in efforts to achieve that, right? You know that's where your goal is. You know that's where your mind is at. You know that's what the why is for you. And so you can provide freedom for your family, freedom in choice, freedom in ideas, freedom in options, freedom in selection, freedom of just freedom of speech, freedom of expression, financial freedom, location and geographical freedom. To be able to send your children to whatever schools you want, to be able to go take your family out to eat wherever you want, to go to shop wherever you want. It's not about buying or having a whole bunch of material shit. It's just about being able to, not having to say no, right? Having the access, right? You just want the ability to, right? I said this the other day. Sometimes knowing you could is just as good. That was a bar. Write that down, right? Sometimes knowing you could is just as good. And you can extrapolate that for whatever you want, but sometimes knowing you could is just as good, right? Because it's like, okay, well, at least I know that I could. Like you had that decision. A lot of people are so desperate just to have certain things because they can't even have it. But once you have access to things, once you realize you can get it, then you can have the decision. You can decide whether or not, like, you even want to entertain it. You want to, affiliate or associate or buy it or transact with it, right? But at least you could if you wanted to. Some people don't even have that access. Some people don't even have that option. Some people don't even have that freedom or that liberty or that privilege. And so that's what it's all about. You just want abundance. You just want as much as you can possibly get in the most humane, ethical, respectful, integral way. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And so if this resonates with you, comment chosen. I want you to comment the word chosen in the comments right now, so I know who's really here, because I'm getting a lot of views on Instagram, I'm getting a lot of views on YouTube, I'm getting a lot of views on TikTok. But it's not about the views, it's more about the impact, it's about the connection. So comment chosen if this is really resonating with your heart. I would love to know. Because this channel is for the ones who refuse to live small, the ones who refuse to live like they're alone because they know they have a bigger purpose, the ones who know that they're not crazy, they just haven't been considered. And I'm letting you know I'm here to affirm and validate you're good. We're here. I got you. Tap in with me. And I used to think, when I was like super younger, like, you think you want to be famous and all that stuff. Like, dude, like, look, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest with you. I get a lot of attention, decent amount of attention, but I don't even, it's not the attention. It's not the driving force. Like, there's no vanity, right? There's no like ego and, I'm trying to get a lot of views. The only cool thing about getting a lot of views and a lot of attention is just knowing that I can hopefully, like I'm helping people, like that many people are getting impacted, right? That's the cool part about it. It's not like, because I'll get all this. No, it's just because, like, at least you're making a contribution. I'm making a contribution. And so maybe that's where you're at in your journey. You just want to be heard. You want to feel seen. That's all it's about. But it's not even for you, right? This is not for me. I make these videos for the chosen ones, right? People who are on their path, on the chosen path. So if you want more guidance, more resources, real connections, real conversation, All my links are going to be down below in the description. Follow me on Instagram, tap in with me, book a call. I got a chosen one breakthrough call. We can get you on there, see where you're at on your journey, see where you're trying to go, and see if you're a good fit for my mentorship, whether that be the Westbrook's method or the Authority Accelerator. Just depends on you. And so, yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe if this video helps you. Turn on the post notification bell so you don't miss any videos coming up in the future. And yeah, as always, stay happy, healthy, wealthy, blessed, and focus on success. When you see me drop another video, you already know what to do. Tap in. Peace. Have a good rest of your night, day, whatever time it is. I'm thinking about doing 1 video per week. Let me know if that's a good rate for you. Maybe 2, but I feel like 1 is a good, kind of, you know, I can, you know, we can build it up and then just hit it every week. But fuck it, maybe I'll just do 1 every day. Who knows? All right, peace.